I had chronic anemia for 17 years, didn't know what was wrong with me, was back and forth to my hematologist. I had 3 different hematologists that I was seeing, was getting iron infusions every 6 months. I had multiple pregnancies throughout this period of time. I breastfed for a long time with each child. I was in the trenches. I was going through it with the pregnancies already, and then labor itself, and then the breastfeeding, and then the anemia part. So I was going through it. I have not had an iron infusion now for over a year and a half now because I figured out for me what the issue was. And the forefront of my anemia was malabsorption. The reason why I was anemic to begin with because I wasn't absorbing iron. I wasn't absorbing iron. I wasn't absorbing vitamin C. I was not absorbing copper. I was not absorbing anything. I was malnourished. And that should have been the first red flag for my hematologist, but whatever. That should have been the first thing that everybody was noticing is that I was deficient in a lot of other things too. But, it was a hematologist, so we were only there to, correct the blood issue. Long story short, I was able to figure out that it was a gut issue for me, why I was not absorbing iron with my foods, even if I combined it with vitamin C, copper, all of that. I was not absorbing anything in my small intestines. So with trial and error, I was able to figure out what I need to do, and processed foods leads to leaky gut, and then leaky gut leads to autoimmune diseases, and then sometimes you can have some more terminal stuff that happens if you don't take care of the leaky gut. But basically, when you have a leaky gut, you're eating foods that's literally leaking out into your bloodstream. So that was going on with me. I had to figure all this out on my own. I did my own research, which I highly don't recommend you do, but for me it worked for me to figure out what was going on with me because I was my own guinea pig and I tried stuff and it didn't work. I eliminated stuff and it did work. I eliminated gluten, sugar, dairy, processed foods, and then I started seeing some wins. I also started taking a leaky gut supplement. This is the supplement that I take. It's a leaky gut formula, and it has like glutamine, slippery elm, which is really good. I was taking slippery elm before I got this. It has ginger. It has a lot of things that are good to heal the gut lining. So this is what I use. After I figured that out, I started juicing. I started exercising more because with anemia, it's like layers of different things that is, causing the issue. Processed food is one thing. Not moving enough is another. Not drinking enough water is another. The list goes on. So I had to start moving more, making sure I get 10,000 steps in a day. I usually have on my watch, but I don't have it on right now. Movement, eliminating processed foods when possible, because I know sometimes if you're out of town and you're just not familiar with the area, you just got to get something quick. Sometimes it's not available. I also got a portable steam sauna that I get in. Basically, diet was the number one thing that I needed to correct. How I started that was just doing an anti-inflammatory diet, really honing in on the proteins and veggies, and then the juicing really helped a lot. I know we try to do as best we can with the food options, and then just being able to trust, what we're given in the grocery stores can be hard sometimes. So you can only do your best. And then also you can only do what works for you. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. So with trial and error, you'll figure it out. You just have to start trying. You have to start somewhere in square one. I've been there, done that. That was really it. Like, I'm in Georgia and we have had some extreme weather. Like, this is not, tell me why the weather here has been colder than New York. Like, what? Like, I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I'm trying to put this little button on, child. But I'm about to get out here in these little streets and run some little errands or whatever. But I have a lot of new followers, and basically, I'm here to talk about anemia, gut health, and then share my journey, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, how I'm moving, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. It's an everyday thing. You just can't just snap your fingers and not have anemia anymore. It's a constant thing you have to keep at. And if it's not anemia, it could be something else if you're malnourished anyway. It could be anything. You could be dealing with lupus, you could be dealing with Crohn's, you could be dealing with IBS. And IBS is a term when they don't really know what's wrong. They just, put it in the pool and say, oh yeah, IBS, we know something is going on. It's not quite right with the gut. Like, you're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be a perfect journey. My journey is not perfect, but I do try to share as much as I can with you guys to kind of see how I tackle every day, what I do every day. So movement, eating better, juicing, and I'm working on sleep because I need to be going to sleep earlier and waking up earlier. So that's what I'm working on. But drop below and tell me what you're working on.